That ain't no dang puppy.
I remember I was doing the eye exam for my job. That lady looked at that thing and was like,
That's when you know it's bad. We like, 5? And then he just...
the lady was like,
that's when you know when you have to not this bad.
I said, I'm sorry.
Like you just, they put the thing up, it's so close to your eyes, you can't see, like, see your eyes, I can't. Like,
Be like 1 or 2.
Just Acting Up Show. I'm your host, Joffy. I got my Just Acting Up Show shirt on right here, man. Go ahead. You know what you want to do. You already know what it is. We got Chris up in the building. What's up, Chris?
Yeah. It's your boy, Big Chris, man. You know, I'm all up in the video, all up in the camera. Talking about this the Just Acting Up Show.
Well, all up in the camera. We got Mike up in the building. What's up, Mike?
What's going on, people? What's going on? I'm so sleepy. I don't know why, but I'm hanging.
That's all right.
Hanging on in there.
Hanging on up in there, and we got Tashay. What's up, Tashay?
Hello, how are you? It's a great day.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Such a beautiful day being a neighbor. Would you be mine? No, I'm just saying. Y'all know I'm silly. Y'all know I'm silly.
Happy to be here.
I'm very happy to be here.
Are my curls popping?
I'm very happy to be here, my friend.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
This is what happens, y'all. We running on a few hours of sleep trying to get the show done for y'all. And what we got for y'all, we got a great show for y'all, man. We're going to be talking about the fallout to the NBA Finals. We're going to talk about what's been going on in Hollywood news and more. And we want you to stick around. We got a guest coming through. What else? I'm going to say it one more time. We got a guest coming through. So you're going to do what? Stay around. Just Acting Up Show. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you already know what it is. You already know what to do and what you should do for entertainment purposes is do what? Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
If you know better, you'll do better.
Wow.
Ooh. We dropping Oprah Winfrey bars right there.
I'm just saying.
If you know better, you do better. If you know better, you do better. If you know better, you do better. Hey, all right, I'm gonna stop being silly, man.
I don't believe you said that, but okay, James.
I don't think she did. I think she got that from somebody. I think she got that.
Since we're talking about Oprah, just like Oprah, and she gave away a lot of stuff for free on her show, just like we giving away a lot of stuff for free on our show. Good interviews and good laughs. I ain't made it to Oprah level yet.
No.
It's all free though. You can laugh for free.
Yeah.
You get a laugh. You get a laugh.
Yeah. Laughter is a beautiful thing. It's free.
It is.
Yes, it is.
It adds age to you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to catch myself. Like, wait, what am I saying?
Yeah, because you pushing it. Because
Yeah.
I'm free. I'm like, what we giving out for free?
Gas card. What you giving out for free?
I say, Tashay, what we giving out for free? Tashay.
What you giving out free?
You can smile. You a smile. Everybody can. It's free to
If it
smile.
needs water bottles $1. Ain't nothing free.
About to act like that Homer Simpson meme. Let me back right back into that bush.
Air sandwiches. That's what we're getting for free.
Oh man. So speaking of sharing laughs, man, President Biden. Oh man, it's all on the shade room. What's on the shade room, Mike? What happened to the president again?
He fell off a bike. He just fell off a bike. That man fell off a bike and it hit the news that fast. They can call him incompetent and everything. It's gonna start something watching the morning. The Republicans is gonna be like, you see,
He
Do
can
we
even
trust
ride a
this
bike.
man?
How can he lead your country?
How could he lead your country? Do we trust this man with the doomsday button? Is there really is a doomsday button? Who knows? But they're gonna exploit that. But it is what it is. But
Well,
They should have known not to let him get on no bike. You have to be what? After 80, no bike.
they set him up for failure.
They did.
After 65, maybe 65, no bike.
Man.
Let's take a walk.
Yeah, man. There's only so many your
Wait,
body
was the
can
bike
just-
going? Was he going
That's
slow?
the thing. He stopped, he got up, and he fell.
Well, you know what? He could have pulled a hamstring. You know, that happens. I'm gonna defend
Caught a
him.
cramp.
Maybe he probably caught a cramp, yeah, and just pulled up.
Caught a cramp and frozen.
Yeah.
I know
Looked like he
people
was
that
riding
can
pretty
see
good
this.
though. Looking at the pictures, like it looked like he was riding pretty good. He had his whole outfit. He looked like a bike rider.
You look.
That's
you
how
look
they
the
wrong
part.
for that.
They all wrong for that. I know what is it? The agents, the FBI agents, whoever be the people that with the shades. I can't think of it right now. I know they probably got that phone
But
out.
you know what?
I didn't have the audio, but it looked like they had all that covered because they had one. You didn't see nothing after that. I guess they were pushing people out the way.
The president got to stay in shape because it's a stressful
what?
job. But I don't see why they should criticize him though. I mean, we didn't see Trump so much as lift a pencil.
No, but I'm just trying to figure out, like, was he out in public? Was he at the White House? Like, where is he riding his bike at?
I guess people just.
Looks like
I
he
guess
was in
he was
public.
just out riding.
Yeah, he was he was at his Delaware beach home. He was at Gordon's Pond State Park.
So he just at the park riding the bike.
Yeah.
And everybody thought this was a good idea. This was clear by everybody. Everybody was like, clear, that it was okay for him to go and ride a bike at the park.
It's all good, Biden. Brush yourself off and get in that office and take care of these student loans there.
Please.
As long as your fingers ain't broke where you can't sign that bill and take care of them student loan debts, we good.
He didn't break his hand, so he could still sign.
You can still sign that off.
Look, he could
said
docu
now.
sign. He could docu sign that.
Yeah, you can docu sign.
Yeah.
That's what you said now. That's what you said.
Homie gonna be in one of them cast, the full cast bodies. Like we need you to press this button right here.
Yeah, you can press that button.
Right with his toes.
Yeah, get them toes working, bro. Don't sound right. Pause.
I know.
Anyway, it ain't sound right. That's what I said. Hold on, that don't sound right.
I'm off today. I don't know.
This is all good. Hey man, I caught my dog on stuff. Like, wait, pause. Like, oh man, we're gonna move on. Speaking of moving on, we warned y'all that yard bird, it can be dangerous. It can be dangerous. Let me read this real quick. So, a suspect arrested for assaulting a Popeyes employee over a chicken order on June 15th of this year, 2022. Deputies with Constable Mark Herman's office responded to the Popeyes chicken restaurant located at, I'm gonna say, well, no, I ain't gonna get the address out. Anybody got time for that? In a reference to the assault, upon arriving at an employee advised he was assaulted by a female customer. Further investigation revealed the suspect was a drive-through customer who began a verbal altercation through the speaker. A few moments later, video surveillance captured her entered the business, reach across the counter, and strike an employee. Deputies were able to positively identify her as, should I give the name? I'm gonna give the name because it's funny as hell. Nikki Iffert. You can look that up and you'll see it. She was apprehended at her residence. Dang, they went to your house over some chicken. Nikki was arrested and booked in Harris County Jail, charged with assault. Her bond was set to $100 out of the county court. Constable Mark Herman. Boy, this mugshot, boy. But yeah, and she had the mugshot like, yes, I stole chicken, looking like this.
And I do it again. That's how she looked.
So wait, she went inside because the order was wrong?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
Yeah,
you know why? Because she was probably a chicken head. Bark, bark, chicken.
boy.
All heads. Yeah, okay, let me stop.
Stop.
Yeah, man. But we
can have you
caught him.
singing bald head scallywag on the
Damn.
podcast.
These two. Nah, man. Yeah, man, for real. Like in real life, we called it. We said it was gonna happen. We knew it was gonna happen.
Yep.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
There had to be some type of issue with this chicken. I mean, she went inside and she smacked him.
I honestly think it's an issue with the chicken and whole. Why did they sell this chicken so cheap for this weekend?
I don't want it.
It's supposed to be a shortage of wings.
Exactly.
But it's not a shortage of
It's supposed to be a
chicken.
shortage.
I don't know.
That's weird. I mean,
Hmm.
how you have a shortage of just wings, but you got chickens?
Ever since I seen that Cat Williams special, I'm like, when they say that, I'm like, but how?
Wow.
Popeyes played it safe.
Readily available.
They played
It's
it
not
safe.
part of inflation. That's how they, you create demand. Because now, think about it. The last few weeks, it's been a shortage of chicken wings. Okay, it's been a shortage of what was it? A shortage of tampons. Like what?
Baby formula.
Mm-hmm.
Baby formula. You need to ask yourself why they selling it for 59 cents. Well, how old is that chicken?
Or is it even chicken?
Dun,
It's
dun,
like
dun.
Or Popeyes played it safe and didn't do it this weekend because it's Juneteenth. They played it safe. See, everybody want marketing Juneteenth like it's don't be that. They
I know.
So
Did y'all see like it was the Juneteenth ice cream that they had?
Yeah,
Oh my
they had to
God.
recall it.
In Walmart?
Boy. Well, that white guilt helped.
Look at my
Boy,
That white guilt is real. And now they're trying to
was
make
like-
money off of it.
And then they brought it back. They was like, okay, we're not gonna put that out. They had so much bad publicity about the ice cream they was trying to put out for Juneteenth. And I guess it wasn't good flavors, or maybe the packaging didn't look right. And then they came back and like recalled it.
It was like white corporate America's trying to monetize on Juneteenth now.
Yeah.
They wasn't worried about it for all this time. And then that white guilt hit them last year, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna Juneteenth, yeah."
man, just let us be off and give us some type of cash or something like that and leave us alone. Let us be.
Well, how about that 40 acres and a mule? Instead of mule, give me some money, because I'll take the 40 acres too, because land is valuable.
Land is very bad.
College young kids, get you some land. But anyway.
But since we talk about chicken so much on this show, shout out to Chicken Heads, my boy Vic. You can catch him in Port, Texas, at the food court. Very good spot.
Yes,
I
indeed.
always say that I'm gonna go, but these gas prices say otherwise. So
Finally made my way there the other week. It was
one time, yeah, because you was down there already.
all right down there, me and my girl. They had got the honey, what was the honey hot chicken? It was good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty
Good.
solid. So shout out to my boy Vic, man. He's doing big major things with that.
Shout out Vic.
Yes, indeed, man. So we got to say congratulations are certainly in order for GSW, the Golden State Warriors. They won the finals. I know there's a lot of people out there that's some highly upset, pissed off Celtics fans, but hey. So
All right,
maybe next year.
maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
It is. They always the East always has some, like, we all forget the East is not really that strong. That's the best thing they can send out the East. But like they hadn't been strong since LeBron left. And LeBron was the East when he was on the East, and he moved west. So now the West was already powerful. Now it's so it's like teams out the West are gonna mostly dominate the East teams because they just for whatever reason not that good.
Yeah, man.
And I have to send a special shout out to everybody. Talks about Steve Kerr and Steph and all of them, but maturity level of Mark Jackson to sit there and commentate the game, the finals, knowing that he was the one that drafted Draymond and Clay and Steph. He started that core, and they had it out or something with Golden State, and now it's like 4 championships later.
Yeah.
So shout out to Mark Jackson, man. I believe they gave him a raw deal with that, but
They should just give him a ring just because.
They should, because he was the one that even saw Steph and Clay the way how they are before anybody else. You know, he said it out of his own mouth. They're gonna be the best shooters, and he saw their potential already. So his maturity level is all through the roof. Because I couldn't do it.
I ain't finna sit there.
I drafted them. I should be over there coaching. I ain't doing it.
Yeah.
Started this.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like him having the maturity level and still being able to be a part of it in some type of way, that's still pretty good too. You know, I mean, ain't nobody gonna forget about what he did. And it just takes people like us and other people that keep mentioning him when they mention the Golden State Warriors. That's that's how we're gonna have to keep him alive with the whole situation.
Yeah. Yeah. And Steve Kerr, he's a good coach. So it's not like he just inherited that team. He put in the work too.
Sucks. It's just like compared to like you just sold a car and then the person that got the car find out there's $1 million in the trunk.
Oh, I'll be so heated. Boy, I'll be mad.
That's pretty much the equivalent. I just got it.
You're right, Chris.
I'll be so heated.
I say that's maturity level. A mature person be like, it is what it is. Me, hey man, that's my money. See what happened was I try to get that back. I got to get that.
Like that contract null and void, huh?
Yeah, I got to get that. I got to get
that back player.
And shout out to what was it? Trey Wiggins? That's on that team. Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins.
I watched him in college. Like he was good in college, and I hated to see him go to. I think he was in Sacramento at first. Yeah, I knew he wasn't gonna go nowhere in Sacramento, so it was good to see him, get a stage. And Golden State and thrive. So he about to get a bag too.
Yeah.
All of them are getting back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Aisha Curry can't cook. Boston fans were saying
that they was worried about. They worried about the wrong thing.
Boston fans saying that she couldn't cook.
They was being petty.
Yeah,
they being petty.
Yeah.
Fans are petty like that though, because remember she had a restaurant out here in Houston. I wanted to go try it, but I didn't get to because the fans shut it down.
Yeah, man.
Fans out here shut it down. They put bad reviews and all that, and just they gotta shut it.
That's petty.
Y'all man
That's
too.
so petty.
That's how it is.
I'm like, man, y'all doing too much now. I understand being a fan, but that's some business, man. Leave that woman alone. Y'all ain't going to James Harden rest. Well, no. Well.
Oh yes, they did.
Yes, they are.
Yes,
yeah. No, I was saying they're not going to James Harden restaurant. I'm like, oh wait, yes, they are. I haven't been there yet.
Well, exactly. Ever since when James left, they like.
You can take his restaurant too, huh?
Take your restaurant too.
Get out and take your restaurant too.
We ain't asked for this no more.
Somebody brought up a good point. I was looking into one of these groups I'm in online, and they was talking about like Houston has been good lately with getting rid of players. While right before they get rid of players like right when they need to unload their money. That's one thing we did. James Harden is he's tailing off now. He's not in the prime of his career no more.
No.
Yeah, man.
He hasn't been in the prime of his career. This whole Deshaun situation, I don't know how we got that deal done with Cleveland, but thank you. we ain't on the hook for the money, and he's still getting the drama.
Yeah, pretty much. But
we know how to let go of some players right on time.
You right on schedule, my boy.
Somebody said they was thinking like the baggage wasn't gonna follow them from Houston to Cleveland. Yeah, it did.
He was out there like, I'm a new city. Hey, he was buying deals for the team, all that. Like, okay.
Probably knocked at his door. Hey,
that's an allegation.
Okay.
Well, y'all probably not Cleveland.
Yeah.
I mean, he did a little interview about it. I don't want to say a little interview. It was a interview about it that he came out and he was apologizing to everybody, his new team, and his family and friends and stuff, and what everybody have had to endure with being associated with him.
Yeah.
And he's still saying, I ain't doing nothing. He's still saying he ain't doing nothing. So we're gonna have to just let this one play out and see how this one goes.
If anything we learned from Cosby is just you just can't call it, can't say that he did or didn't, right away, because he may have did that, he may have not, but you just don't know.
It's just that he put himself in that position.
Right. And
that was it.
At what point do you get so many numbers, and it's like, at what point do you have to be like, okay,
this is the problem.
Right. It's something.
Yeah.
You just don't know. So
I don't know, but
I digress.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about some news in the Critics Corner. So we want y'all to stay locked in to Just Acting Up Show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Tashay had to check out real quick, but she'll check back in later on for the interview. But before we get into the Critics Corner, I want you to do what? Go to Joffrey's VIP room, where we do a more detailed analysis of your favorite TV shows. And what just came out not too long ago? The Martin reunion. Y'all can watch that on Joffrey's VIP room right now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
like shit. It was good.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it. Going down, taking a trip down memory lane, nostalgia.
Yeah.
And shout out to Keisha Campbell not falling for that trap. It's like there's so many. Gail her name is Gail, and she's just been poking that bear. Why you guys? What happened?
Yeah.
It's like they just made up. They reconciled. People know. You know why.
Yeah. Man.
Leave it alone and just enjoy. And let's celebrate Martin. And
Yeah, man. I was surprised to find out that Carl Anthony Payne was the one that voice was the one that was on the theme song.
Yeah, man. Oh, I never knew. Yeah,
really? Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, so he was Martin. That was him.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Everybody
thought brother extra,
but it's him. It was him.
Yeah, pay that brother some extra money. That theme is so iconic. But yeah, man. You can watch the Martin reunion on BET Plus. So y'all make sure y'all go and watch that out and check that out. In other news, man, dun dun dun. I didn't think that this would ever happen, but the Vincent Kennedy McMahon has stepped down from being the chairman of WWE and CEO. There are some allegations, some rumors going on, flying around. We've seen it. Like he had to pay some hush money to keep somebody hush hush. So I don't want to slander the man. I don't talk bad about the man, but it's just surprising to me that he stepped down, because we like Vince. You hear stories about how much of a dedicated hard worker that he is, and like the man only sleeping for 4 hours out of the day and running his company, running his business. We hear about stories when you got to be a billionaire. But yeah, man, that man lives and breathes this business, and he's so hands-on to everything. So we're gonna keep an eye out for what goes on to it. Stephanie McMahon Helmsley is taking upon that mantle right now as Vince steps down, as the allegations and everything else go through, or she's stepping up, Stephanie. So I'm pretty sure she's been in this business for a long time, so I know she can handle things. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. The boy, Mr. McMahon, boy, that boy, that boy is a character himself, man. They one of our fondest memories.
Yeah.
Fighting Stone Cold and drinking beers and everything, and plane ride. Well, I don't know if you ever heard about the plane ride from hell. No, was Vince on that one? I think he was, but Vince McMahon, yeah, Vince McMahon is he is the boss too. So
yeah.
So
I remember him as a commentator. Like he was sitting on the sidelines talking, and then all of a sudden he the boss. I'm like, when did that happen?
Yeah, we didn't know about it until we got up. Like, you the boss behind the scenes. Yeah. So in other news, Buzz Lightyear just came out. I have not seen it yet. I don't know if I'll get a chance to, because I'm so crazy busy. But for all you are out there that's trying to see a cartoon movie, Buzz Lightyear, it is out to infinity and beyond.
This house is boycotting that because we feel like Tim Allen should have got his voice. But
I Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm like, nah, man. I understand y'all want to go younger. Hey, I like Chris Evans, but we want Tim Allen. God dog.
Now maybe there's something. Maybe that might be his son, or however Disney does their Disney thing. But
right,
I don't know. Now I'm not too much sold on that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, man. I hear you, man.
It'd be on Disney Plus in 2 weeks anyway.
Speaking of more Disney news, Guy Ritchie will direct Disney's live-action Hercules movie. Man, I don't know about y'all, but Hercules was one of my favorites as well growing up. They had what was the muses from Hercules? Y'all know the ladies that be singing and everything in the intro. You know? Yeah, man. They had church. That's what drew me into that Hercules. I'm like, y'all did the right thing by adding some church to this, man. So yeah. So I want to see how it all transpires and what goes on with this.
So it's gonna be like the Lion King, like the live action Lion King.
Yeah, pretty much. Because Disney is doing, like, they had live action Aladdin, live action Beauty and the Beast. So they doing Hercules. I was waiting on them to do it. They did Mulan. So I wonder if they're gonna do Hercules.
Pinocchio is coming out either in August, I think.
Oh yeah. Forgot about Pinocchio.
Yeah. Pinocchio, for real?
Yeah.
How many times
Tom Hanks is playing the dad.
Really? Oh, Geppetto.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how many times they gonna do? They done Pinocchio so many times. I'm like, man. So
they've done Hercules so many times.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah. I remember at one point they had like the teenage version of a Hercules come out, and then they had the rock version of Hercules come out all in the same month almost.
Yeah, they did.
Hollywood is weird like that.
And then I know this week the Elvis movie comes out, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't want to watch it unless I know that he acknowledges Chuck Berry.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they leading down to that, because I saw the whole full trailer when I went to go see Top Gun, because I'm like, okay, because Elvis Presley has always had that, that he done stole the music from Black people and made it famous, and he was rich off of Black people's music. But it's like, from what I'm looking at, they acknowledging that, but it's not like what we was told. You see what I'm saying? So they kind of like putting a twist on it, or maybe that is the truth. I don't know, but I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna be very interesting to watch. I might go see that.
Yeah, he looks like Elvis.
If you watch, let me know, because I ain't gonna watch it unless I know Chuck Berry get his proper respect.
Absolutely. And the lady that came out with Hound Dog, I know, white American. They think they slick. They got Doja Cat on the soundtrack. She's doing one of the main songs. Okay, and they are nodding black, but was that really Elvis Presley? Was that really Elvis Presley? Who knows? I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see. I think I'm gonna take that bullet to actually go see that.
Yeah. I think I might go see that as well too. So in other quick news, Game of Thrones, there is a Jon Snow, Kit Harington sequel in the works. I don't know for all you Game of Thrones fans that are out there, despite how everyone was complaining how that last final season ended, it's in the works. So we'll keep an eye on that and see how that goes. I'm a Game of Thrones fan. I enjoyed it. I thought it was one of the greatest shows created. Spent a lot of money. My goodness, they spent a lot of money on making these shows. But yeah, man. So that's one quick news, as well as there is a WonderMan Disney Plus series in development as well too. Not everybody knows about WonderMan, but if you don't know about WonderMan, you're gonna find out about WonderMan. WonderMan, Marvel. So,
all right, I trust everything Marvel. So,
yeah,
they can introduce me to Keyboard Man. Okay, let's go Marvel. Now, if it was DC, I was like, oh, I ain't about to watch watching.
Like, hold on now. You got to give that look. They're like,
I have a hesitation.
let me see how it looks first.
The guy that played the voices, in which me personally, I think he should have been on Uncharted. Is he playing WonderMan?
No, I don't think they have the casting just yet, but
I forgot his name.
But it says that the Shang-Chi director, Destin Daniel Cretton, will serve as executive producer for this Disney Plus series.
Yeah.
While Andrew Guest is on board as head writer. So we'll see how it goes, man. We will see how it goes. So, and in other news, to finish off this segment, the BET Awards is this week as well.
This week as well, yeah.
This week as well. So yeah, all the nominations are in. So make sure y'all check out the BET Awards. And I forgot who's going to be the host. I think it's
Taraji, the host. Yeah. And then I think they also announced the performers for this year. Performing, of course, Lizzo, Lotto, Jack Harlow, are just among the few that's going to be performing. And yeah, Lil Baby, I think, as well. Kirk Franklin and Maverick City. I know who's not performing. Lil Nas X. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, we're still salty after that. And to finish off this music news, the Beehive, she's gonna be dropping an album soon. So she sprung that up on us. So y'all keep watching, keep waiting, because I already know it's gonna break the internet when it drops, because everybody love Beyonce.
And people honestly lay off of Drake's album that he dropped. What was that, Friday? Like, come on, man, music is so objective. And then honestly, reading is fundamental, because I guess because Drake is a go, it says dance. That's the genre. It's dance. It said dance on there. I mean,
he's a worldwide artist, so just because your R&B hip hop ears want that same kind of style, there's techno, there's electronica. Yeah. Like he has different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Different sounds in there.
I
somebody does.
Exactly. Because when I heard it, I was like, "Ooh, this sounds like Weekendish." But then when the other song played, I'm like, "Yeah, he more dance on this." He got one song he going off with 21 Savage. I ain't gonna lie. But, at the end of the day, man, he's an international artist, man. This man got music. He dibble and dabble whichever way he want to go. Yeah. So music is just so, they was killing it. Which brings back to the Beyonce. They said only Beyonce can save us now. If Beyonce mess around and come out with a dance hall, like if she tapped back into her Sean, her Paul, days, just give me the light and pass the show with him. What you gonna do then? Because Rihanna can tap in that bag too. She can get into that too.
Worldwide artist, and like worldwide artist. R&B and hip hop is one of the most popular forms of music, but it's not the most widespread.
It's like basketball and football in America.
Yeah. It's like that electronic music is like soccer worldwide.
Exactly.
Football is And like even like why you think like DJs, like the DJs in Vegas, they make $1 million DJs playing electronic music.
Bro, God bless this DJ soul. And I forgot his name. Maybe Chris, I forgot the guy's name. He passed away. He killed himself, but he was one of the tops. And they showed his large audience, and this is before COVID, a sea of people, and that's just one show.
Yeah, that is big. Like I said, as far as R&B hip hop is, yes, it's the most popular, but as far as the most widespread art form, as far as the music, electronica is.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get to Shay to hop back in for this interview real quick, because we got a great interview that's about to come up in here, man. We got Miss Yolonda Ross from The Chi who's gonna pay us a visit. Y'all stay locked in. You don't want to miss this interview. Just Acting Up Show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a very special guest in the Just Acting Up Show. We got to applaud this queen, Miss Yolonda Ross. Let's let her in. How are you? How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. I'm in lockdown right now. Out here in LA. So, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Got your coffee ready. That's your hey.
I'm getting ready, juice. Yes.
Yeah, get it ready. I understand. Well, before we start this interview off, we want to say we dealing with COVID. I dealt with COVID as well too. It was horrible. We gonna continue to pray for your health and everything as you go through this process. So
Yes, definitely.
Yes, ma'am.
Can't stand this damn COVID. Oh my God, be happy when it's over. But let's go ahead and get into everything. So, Yolanda, let's go ahead and talk about this. We will talk about, of course, the Chi and everything else, the project you've been a part of. But first, take us back. Let's talk about how did you get your journey started into this art known of acting? When did it all start for you?
Well, you know what? It wasn't a plan. So
yeah.
I mean, going to New York was one thing. Because I'm originally from Nebraska, and I moved to New York to get into the fashion business. So I literally was in fashion for a while before I did my first, I guess, sort of like acting job. And that was, I used to do background work on SNL.
Wow.
One day, this girl I worked with, she used to do it and she got sick. And so I asked, I was like, well, could I fill in for you? Because I mean, it's like a couple $100. So, living in New York, anytime you can make some extra money, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And it's, Saturday. What am I doing on a Saturday afternoon? It's like, why not be there? It's fun. And, you're there literally all day on Saturday until it's live that night. So it was just a fun experience, but then they kept hiring me back. So that's how I got my union card. That's how I got an agent. And the next thing I did was I auditioned for New York Undercover. So that was really my first acting part. And with that, I felt stuff that really excited me and made me want to do this again. Because, I'd never had a script. I'd never broken down a script to become another character before. So that was a whole learning experience that really excited me. And then I booked the part. So that was really interesting, becoming somebody else for a period of time. And with that, I then, it was still like 4 more years before I got my next job. Within that time, the company I was working for in New York decided to close up, and I took my severance package and learned how to bartend, because I didn't know how people got acting jobs. I didn't know, just how it became like a regular thing. It was a whole learning experience for me. So when I got the next audition, which was 4 years later, it was Stranger Inside, and then I became somebody else for a whole month. And that was like a month of auditioning in itself. And the whole thing was just such a huge learning experience where I learned stuff about myself. Stuff came out that I had never actually felt as Yolanda. And that was the beginning of the journey, really, was Stranger Inside. Because from there, I mean, also you come out as a lead in something and you get, nominated, you get awards for it. It's like, it's now pushed you into another place. Mm-hmm. Now, I'll say that it did all that, but then months after it came out, 9/11 happened. So therefore, I ended up starting all over again. You know what I mean? Which was bananas, because nobody really got to know me. Even when I was like reading some of the press that they did for that movie, they didn't know who I was. They didn't do the homework as to find out who I was. They didn't know if I was a real inmate. And it's like, why would you not find that out? You know what I mean? That I'm not an actual inmate like acting. You know, it was very disheartening that these people in the, you know, the interviewers just did not do well. They didn't even actually interview me. They're writing reviews, but they don't do their homework.
Right.
And that's something that I've just learned over time. A lot of people don't do their homework. And in that case, there was not public. There wasn't like all the stuff that we're on now, like Instagram and all that stuff. That stuff wasn't around, and the online stuff just was not around. It was actual applications that we were dealing with. So the press just wasn't there, and 9/11 just was there for years. And me as an actor coming out during that time, I literally had to start all over again.
That's man, you sharing that with us.
Sorry, that's a mouthful.
No, that's good.
Faces look like, oh wow.
Because it's one of those, but like when we ask, you know, our guests to share their journey when they started, it's like, wow, like just hearing your origin story of getting to that next level. Mm-hmm. Like you saying that, you know, you got into bartending. I actually thought about getting into bartending.
Well, you know what? It's like there was a place near my house that, you know, I would go to because I lived down in Tribeca at the time, and Bubby's was like one of the few restaurants around me. And I was just like, well, I go here a lot. Maybe they would teach me how to bartend because I knew I could not. You know, literally, that was my thinking because I also was like, I could not deal with people and waiting on them. So I couldn't wait this. I don't have the patience for people and their stuff, but I can learn to, you know, 10 bar and do that. And it's so funny because I really didn't drink much either. So it's like I learned something in that whole time period. I learned alcohol because I didn't know what different alcohols tasted like, how to mix things. Just I learned something. So as long as I'm learning something, I'm good.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I know with the bartending thing, well, there's one person in the family that's the bartender. Are you responsible for like all the bartending for the events when you go like to family events and stuff? Do they kind of be like, oh, she
No, you know what?
Let's get her to make the drinks.
They don't really drink.
Oh.
So just straight pour, you know. Yeah.
Like there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you did any Cadillac? Well, I looked it up. That you did Cadillac commercials with Jeremy Strong.
Yeah, I did with Jeremy Strong. We did 2 commercials back to back, and that was the only time I've ever done a commercial. And it was for Cadillac, and that was actually a lot of fun. And you know, I was thinking to myself, I wish I could do more because I know they're easy money.
Yeah.
But they definitely would have to be probably non-speaking ones because I've learned like I have to process everything that comes out of my mouth. Yeah. So it's like I'm like reading lines or thinking like I have to think about stuff before it comes out, and I don't think my pacing is quick enough for commercials. I feel like their stuff is just blah, 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 blah. You know, you don't even like, think about it. You know,
like 2 seconds.
That's what it feels like, you know, when you're watching it. And I was like, how did they do that? My timing is just slow, I think.
Right.
But that, you know, was just like driving, you know, hands at 2 and 4. Don't look at, you know, it was cool to be able to do that.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We like to ask our guests, right? Like, when did you have that like aha moment, like that role that made you feel like, you know, I'm here, Hollywood, and I'm get ready for me because I'm here to take over. Like, what role was that, and what did that feel like for you, or have you felt that yet?
No, I never felt like I was at the takeover moment. But I mean, Stranger Inside, my first movie, was really what made me feel like this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm here to do. You know, this is what I'm here to do. So, you know, even going back to the journey question, it's a constant kind of check-in at every you know, at every level, because I feel like you can only really say what it is you've done and where you're going if you can look back and see the changes, you know what I mean?
Right.
You don't know when you're in it. I don't feel.
Yeah.
Even though, like, you know, I don't know, I guess like right now in this moment, I do feel a shift. I do feel a shift right now happening, with things being different for me. So I think I'm at another level, another whatever that's moving me in another direction.
So, okay, you're at the next tier, and we know you've been in, you know, from Antoine Fisher to the Get Down to so many projects you've been a part of, some of our favorites as well. So tell us about when you being a woman of many hats, of course, you know, from directing, writing, acting, being an active as well. So tell us about, what does Yolonda like to do in her downtime?
I enjoy I really do. I literally can lay in bed and do nothing. Like,
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, me too.
You know, it's like, you know, like sometimes you like, it's like sitting there, it's my day off.
Yep.
Like you just sitting there with amazement, holding that pillow. I don't have to do nothing.
Nothing.
Don't bother me. Leave me alone.
You know what? It's you just like sit there, like don't think. Just
Yeah.
got nothing, you know. So yeah, I can do that. What do I really love to do? I love to eat and drink food, great drink, and have great conversation with friends. That's like my all-time favorite. Just having a few people around, drink, and be merry. Like, because, you know, it's like you're living. You're with people. You're with friends. I don't know, like food and drink and life, that's like the best thing.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, but so I was gonna say, so you're a foodie then. You're a foodie. You're a big time foodie then, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to let us know where, when we come to Chicago, where do we need to go? What is we always
really?
We always ask that, but because we be hungry, it's early in the morning. We haven't ate yet. So
I woke up thinking about a donut. It's like, stop it, yo.
I woke up thinking about chicken.
Chicken. That don't even sound like breakfast food. Like you moved all the way to dinner.
Waffles and chicken is not breakfast food, Touche.
Okay, well I can see where you're going with that.
All right.
I can see where you're going with that one, but just waking up chicken.
See, Yolanda, you see what you started with the donut? You got Mike's head thinking about like chicken and everything.
Mine started last night because I was, you know, like I said, I'm on lockdown and having the Food Network is the wrong thing to be looking at. I somehow got it in my head, Korean barbecue. Like, I don't know what I was looking at. I was like, how do I get, you know, Postmates, da, 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 da. And I ended up with ribs, and I'm like, this is not what I wanted. I ordered way too much food, and you know, in the hotel, they got that little refrigerator, and I'm taking out drawers because like stuff does not fit, and I got all this food, and I can't eat it, and it's not as well. So.
Oh no, Yolanda, come on now.
I know. It's like big eyes, big stomach, little refrigerator. So.
Oh my goodness.
So so you're in California. So the donuts down there is what, like Krispy Kremes?
No, I have no idea. I don't think I've ever. Well, I know there's a place that has pink boxes here. I don't know who it is though. And I think over here where I'm at, there's a Winchell's.
I think I know what the pink box is. I know in Houston we have Shipley's, so we don't do the Krispy.
Oh yeah, I've heard of Shipley's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I know Chicago has some places too, but I don't know. It's like it's one of those weird things. Like I like donuts. Like they come to mind sometimes.
It was a random moment.
Now I want some shit.
Sorry, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
We're gonna have to send her some Shipleys.
Yeah, we have to see some Chipleys.
I'll take it. I will not turn them away.
And we definitely want to congratulate you on the upcoming season 5 of The Chi.
Yes.
Thank you. Y'all are gonna be in for it, and it's this Friday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you talk about just a little bit about just the growth of your character, Jada, from season 1 to now?
You know what? I do love Jada's progression because it's like I feel like season 1, you saw her. She was that stern mom with with Emmett, and we only had scenes I only had scenes with him, so I never encountered other characters. What I do like that's happened over time is that you've seen her grow, you've seen her deal with her ex, Darnell. You've seen her go through something traumatic, which brought the family together, I feel. Darnell and Emmett and her. And I feel this season, now that she's got a love in her life, which Swade, and I feel like she's in a lighter place because I feel like once you get that, negative, as far as cancer, every day means something, and you got to make the most of every day. And I feel that's what she's doing this season, making the most of each day, because you never know what's going to happen next. And I don't know. I just think it's a lighter season, and I just like how she also is dealing with more people. You see her with more people.
So you're dealing with more people and everything.
Character.
Yeah, man. We've been seeing her growth, and you just brought that to my attention. Like, yeah, she's always interacting with Emmett, and I'm sorry, I laughed so hard when you were dealing with Emmett, and I'm trying to think of her name right now on the show, and his girlfriend, Tiffany. There you go. I laughed so hard at that one scene where you were just trying to rest.
Yeah,
and here they are in the front, just going back and forth, and you was like, "Look, y'all need to stop."
In her house.
Yeah, Jada was like, "Man, look, y'all need to get up out of my house."
Seriously, I mean, there was a whole family in the living room.
Yes.
And bickering and a baby, and I mean, there's a lot of funny scenes with them. There's a lot of funny scenes with Emmett and Swade, like that whole dynamic. I mean, I feel really blessed to be in that place because I feel like Jada and family have, because the show can be really heavy in some ways.
Right.
But I feel like we're like that kind of middle class, like family that just has, nonsense going on, but nothing crazy.
Right.
And so it's just, I feel like a lot of people can relate to that family.
I definitely related to Emmett when he found out his old schoolmate was dating his mama. Like, I would have been Emmett. Like, wait, hold on.
That was just the funny.
Oh, that's right.
And he found out, my mama's in 2A. Like, and just the.
Where your mama at?
Jacob, you cannot be mad or sad or anything like that around that dude. He will just make you laugh, make you smile. He just that's just the air around him. He's amazing to work with. Yeah.
And what Jada goes through dealing with both him and his dad, Darnell, I laugh so hard because I like your acting is so amazing because it looked like you get irritated and annoyed with them in real life. I know you love them. I know you appreciate them. But it's just like the way how you portray your character was like, man, if y'all don't stop coming into my house and bothering me, I love it. It is so funny. It is so on point. So yeah, I gotta be.
Yeah. I mean, like team up, it feels like. And off camera, I mean, I feel like all we do is laugh because the two of them, like if you saw us out, you would think we were like a family because I feel like we pick up I mean, I know for myself, when I'm working, I do kind of carry some of the character with me, because I find myself looking out after Jacob, just because I feel responsible, for him in some way. And then one day I literally in Chicago ran into his real mom, and I was sort of like, it just kind of bugged me out. It bugged me out for a moment. So I'm the, it's sort of like, no, I'm the mom. You're the mom. It just kind of messed me up for a minute.
Yeah, the Spider-Man moment.
Like,
it was really funny. But yeah, I mean, I feel like our relationships carry over, so it works really well.
Now, I know last season your character battled breast cancer, and can you just share with us, like, how did you prepare for that role last season, and just how it affected you on and off screen?
I reached out to there was a nurse. Well, she's a nurse. She's a doctor. Melissa Simon at Northwestern, who really got me in contact with different organizations so that I could be with women that were going through it, talk with them, if they would let me, and just find out everything I could, hear stories, share my, stories as well as losing people that have gone through cancer.
Yeah.
And I lost the cancer. And there were 3 organizations that I worked with that, it's like I wanted to be able to be with these women, understand their journeys, and be able to put out as much physical information, any kind of information that was not in the page, for the character and the story, just to make the cancer journey as real as possible for the viewer, knowing that there are going to be Black women that are going through it watching. So, I went down to Tasha C. Joyner's foundation in the South Side of Chicago and met with women. And I mean, there were like maybe 8 in the room, because this was during COVID and the beginning of COVID, and maybe like 30, 40 on Zoom. And just to hear what these women had gone through, and to see an organization where, women can meet up, ask questions, and feel safe. That was really important to see and hear and understand, because, it's not every day that you're diagnosed. And then when you are, who do you talk to? Who do you turn to ask these questions? Like, there's just some things that, that are going on with your body that you used to be able to do, but you can't anymore. Like, why is this happening? That kind of stuff, and feel safe asking it. So, I did that, and I worked at Equal Hope and with Center for Health Equity Transformation, and learned what those organizations do to help women of color, go through this journey. Because, doctors are not the same. Doctors are not the same. They don't always work the same when they see a brown skin color, hear that a woman has to go to 3 different doctors before she's diagnosed. That doesn't make any sense to me. If I go to you and tell you there's something I'm feeling in my body, and you don't send me for any kind of testing, any kind of further testing, and I got to go to 3 different doctors to get an MRI.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not cool. That's not cool at all. Not cool at all. And we shouldn't have to go through that.
Because, we never really know. Well, thank you, first and foremost, for sharing that with us. Because we know, like, well, all of us are actors as well. And we always try to find what to do to pull something out of this character to bring that performance to life. And for you taking upon that yourself to talk to these women and get more deep into what they go through with this process, it's a lot to take in. And you embody that role and embody your character's trials. So we thank you for sharing that with us and putting that on screen. I know that was a really hard and tough moment for not just Jada, but you on and off screen. So yeah, so thank you. With that being said, after Jada went through this whole entire last season, can you tell us a little bit about you are involved in, is it Chicago's, do you just say Chicago's WOC or the walk? How do you pronounce that?
See.
WOC. Okay, I just want to make sure to get it right so that way people can see it. Okay, so you're involved with that. Have you always been involved in activism, or is this like your very first time really fully getting into it? And
I would say this is probably my first time really getting off into something like this. And I mean, I don't know how you can't when these groups allow you to be amongst them, these women allow you to be amongst them. And if my portrayal can do anything to help, why wouldn't I? You know what I mean? Because I mean, to hear about these healthcare disparities is crazy. To hear about some of the women's stories, like the one thing that I walked away with was how many of them were alone because their partners left them.
Oh yeah.
oh,
Left. Like, yeah, but I mean, I had an event last year during Breast Cancer Month, and even after the event, which was so beautiful, and so many women came through and told us their stories, and just it was so nice to have everybody there and representing and and just to be there for these women.
yeah.
That night after we cleaned up everything, it was like, it was Tasha Joyner, who has the foundation. She was like, I was talking to her and she had gotten a call, a young girl who was getting a double mastectomy, and boyfriend just didn't want to be around her without her breasts.
Oh.
And I'm like, what? Like, how? Then you don't deserve me. You don't deserve me.
Yeah.
You don't deserve any of me. That's crazy. How many women's husbands left them?
As sad as it is, it's so common.
Yeah, I mean, I've learned that.
That's someone I know personally. Her mental health was going down, and her husband just was not around at all. So it took the siblings to take care of their mom until her final days. So that's very tough. It really is, and you have to do a lot of healing and praying because it makes you grow resentment towards that person.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's that, and then how you feel yourself being alone, abandoned.
Yeah.
So your self-worth and all of that, you don't have the support. That's why these organizations are so important, because these women understand what the others are going through. And just, and not everybody knows about them. That's the thing, because they're small. So, you might see certain cancer things on TV with all these stars and everything, but it's like, it's these organizations like this, like Equal Hope, like Cancer Center for Health Equity Transformation, like Tasha C. Joyner Foundation, that are there. They're doing the work, but people don't always know about them because you don't hear their names like you do other, cancer organizations that are bigger, that are, national. So it's like, as much awareness as I can bring to them, I really wanted to, because they brought me in. They allowed me to be able to come in and sit with these women and get to know these women. It's like, I ended up, I photographed like 5 of them, 5 women from Tasha's group. And they're called butterflies because, she said that they're called butterflies because they go through a metamorphosis on their journey to where they come out, thriving and flying. And it's like, to see, for them to allow me to photograph them during that time, because I just wanted to show them their own beauty. I ended up, taking their portraits and kind of making it a whole big thing where we had this thing at a gallery, this gala last year, and I unveiled them for the women. So it was just like, they're beautiful. They're beautiful. Yeah. Like, period. They're beautiful. And just to have everybody there, seeing them, the organizations be there. And the biggest thing, like, we got a $100,000 donation, which was from somebody that watched the show and saw Jada go through Jada's journey. Yeah. And she herself was a breast cancer survivor. So it was like, it was just, it was amazing. It was just amazing. So if I can do anything, yeah, I will, but it's all just learning. It's learning.
Yeah. I love what both you and Tashay are doing. Because Tashay is also, well, it's not breast cancer awareness or anything, what she's doing, what you're doing, but she's doing her empowerment of women with the fashion show she got coming up as well. And Tashay, what's the name of the fashion show again?
It's called Hidden in Plain Sight, and it's gonna be just a big awareness show for human trafficking.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we see it all the time. Yeah. And it's more prevalent now than before. And so all the proceeds, everything is going to go towards human trafficking awareness.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
No, that's really good. Yeah. I used to work with gym girls in New York that, help get trafficked, like, young girls off the streets.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have like kids there, vendors, adults, men, women. Everyone's going to be modeling and different designers. I mean, everyone's literally doing this just to bring awareness to human trafficking. I mean, especially here in Texas, we get the alerts all the time of kids being abducted, and we see it all the time on the news. I actually spoke with someone just last week, and she actually works in the airport, and she tells us, like, all the time they like, that's where they get caught, in the airport. They come through, they see a mom and a dad that looks really nice, look really clean, looks really well put together, but here they're straggling along 2 kids that just, don't fit the whole family, portrait together. And they go, okay, well, this may be a situation where we need to alert someone. And sure enough, it'd be human trafficking.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had not heard that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, with what y'all doing, I know it's different things, of course, but it's like what y'all, with 2 of y'all being behind things that we need to be more aware of, and and be that helping hand, like with both with you sharing that people don't stay with their spouse that they're going through illnesses, and Mike remind us about that, and with Tashay being one of the many that are being in the fashion show, bring more awareness. And that all leads back to the shot, what happened on the shot as well. So it all, yeah. And I just love seeing our people come together through some heartening times. So I applaud both of y'all for spreading this awareness and being a part of what's been going on. We need more of that, and so thank y'all both, really.
Thank you, Josh. And also, I like in the show, they I like how it showed, I'm not quite sure what his name was, but he stuck by you and he was there, even though in part of it he was like, you were trying to push him away, like, you don't have to stick here for this, I'm gonna go through something. And he was like, no, I'm here for you.
Yeah, Suede. Yeah, I thought that was I wasn't expecting that, not at all. And and especially after finding out what I found out about men not being around, that was very powerful that he stayed there with Jada through all of that. And also, because she's older than him, and that whole dynamic itself, that this young man stayed there and went through this with her and is still going through this with her, that says a lot. That says a lot about him.
Yeah. And it also showed, like, for those guys who may be going through this with their wife or, their significant other, it can also show them, hey, there's light after the tunnel. You don't have to leave. This is just, something that's going on in this moment. Like, stay down, stay around, stick by that woman. She'll definitely stick by you, be there for her.
Yeah. I don't know why a person would not.
Yeah.
No, I can't even speak on that, because to me, even say, and there was no problem with the relationship in the first place, but say if there was, to see that a person is down, that you've been with, and that their body is fighting them.
Yeah.
Their physical everything is falling apart, and you decide that's when you're gonna walk out, that says a lot about you as a person. To me, it's not worth shit. That's what it says to me. But
Yolonda language. Oh my goodness. I was joking with you.
No, I mean, no.
I was joking with you.
Bring it.
I'm just messing with you. Just messing with you.
Little.
You good. You good.
But she's 100% right.
Yeah.
It pissed me off so badly.
Yeah, it does.
And like, how do you do that? Because I mean, like I said, if I'm mad at you, if I'm whatever, if we got whatever kind of thing, this is a life or death moment. So I gotta step up. And I've got to help you get through this. Whatever stuff we got going on, it may be there afterwards, but I got to see you through this. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
That's well. Before we let you go, are there any secrets, anything that you can let us in on season 5? We got to get the exclusive.
What listen, it's coming on this Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, I have nothing to tell y'all extra, but I will say I think it's gonna be a really fun ride this season. So I would just get ready every Friday, Sunday, watch the show, because I know it's gonna be like streaming on Fridays and airing on cable on Sundays. I just think everybody's gonna have a good time this season.
Yeah, we are looking forward to it. And before we let you go, of course, that's all. Black people always do that. I'm gonna say one more thing and I'm gonna let you go. It'll be 15 minutes later. So it always seems before, like the last episode, usually on the show, I caught on to that y'all throw a party.
Yeah, you know.
Like, yeah, I know. Like I caught them. I'm like, y'all, like, hey, tell Lena Waithe to holler at us for real to come on the show, because we were like, what party you throwing? Because you partied also with some people like Kareem from Southside or whatever, not too long ago.
Oh, wait a minute. What you mean, on the show or off the show?
No, well, not on the show, but I know, like, because we saw Kareem, you and Kareem, y'all.
Yeah, I was at a birthday party. I was at Zuri's birthday party.
Yeah, man. So y'all be partying. I'm like,
I want to be on the South Side. So I was like, yo, hey, we in the guy, what's going on?
Hey, everybody link up and just like throw a party. Tell Lena and Diallo and them like throw a party. But I love that. I love that y'all do that on the last episode. Y'all, it's like a celebration. Y'all celebrating each other and enjoying each other.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I know what you're talking about. Like, we were on a boat. We were on a boat. Yeah, because Jacob put that together. Last season and this season. And it was like an end of the season thing. And it just ended up being such a nice I don't know, it's like a nice thing. It's a nice, like, end of the season kind of thing, and we just chilled out together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice like set off and send off, to whatever we do this summer.
I agree.
Yeah,
Any yeah, I agree. Any last tip you want to give to us up and coming actors to what we should do, what we should not do?
What we should do and what we shouldn't do.
But I would always say know the business, know the business part of it, know all the like stuff with the unions, know what you should be getting, what all that kind of stuff, because I feel like any way a production can like not pay you what they should be paying you, they will try to, know rates, know all that stuff. I would also say, as far as like you as a person being an actor, know what you're selling, because we're products in this business. And don't try and be like other people, because even though they're saying, they want somebody like this person or somebody like that person, what makes you so valuable is that you're not like these people. Because I don't feel like I'm like anybody else, and I'm not selling anybody else. I'm selling me. I am.
Why you giving me?
No, it's me.
Giving me goosebumps with the words of wisdom you spreading right now, girl. You dropping bars today, Yolanda.
No, seriously, especially with women, because we sometimes get put into roles that really don't reflect who we are, and we can get stuck in that view. Like we can get stuck as being viewed whatever it is that our role is. So we have to be very careful with picking roles. Especially because of that advice.
Yeah, and I mean, I know a lot of times it's not really up to us. Like you might not be at the point where you can always say no, but there is the reality of needing work and money and all of that. And how you take on a role is a whole nother thing as well, because things can be written one way, but how you put them out is a whole nother thing as well. Because I mean, I feel like if anybody's hiring me, they know that there's going to be a level of truth to that performance. It's not going to be an actor. It's like, I'm becoming this person, and that person is going to be somebody very real to you. So that's what they hire when they hire me. I'm not coming with glitz. I'm coming with realism. So it's like what you put on the thing. And I just want to make sure, for me, I'm always being real, and you understand where these people come from and where they're going. So, whether the character is somebody that has done something very wrong, like in Antoine Fisher, like I had to understand that person. And not put any judgment on her when portraying her. So it's like, I am just her. And what she's doing is not right, but I'm not judging that. I'm her, so I don't know if that helps at all.
No, that helps a lot.
It helps a lot.
It helps a lot. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Yolanda Ross just dropped some bars. Dropped it. Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate it. We got to have you on again in the future.
Okay, yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the segment where we have to give out the award of the acting a fool. Chris, who wins the award today, brother?
Well, we go to your favorite place, Mike. Sarasota, Florida. This man here, 47-year-old, was outside of a warm Mineral Springs motel in Sarasota County, where he was walking around the motel on the trail when he saw something moving in the bushes. He told responders that it looked like a dog on a leash. But turns out it wasn't a dog. The man wasn't able to figure out that what he thought was a dog was actually a 7-foot-long alligator.
Oh, hell no.
The alligator then bit him on his right leg. The man suffered serious injuries to his leg and or ankle, whichever one. He managed to flag down a Sarasota deputy who contacted EMS. The alligator bit victim was taken to the hospital. So basically what happened, a sergeant was able to capture the gator, remove him from the area, and they say the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission will be investigating the matter. So yeah, he mistook a dog for a gator, huh? So I guess you would say, I know one job this dude can't do because he'd be a terrible investigator. Yeah.
That was thoughtful. It was thoughtful.
Okay. Well, what's the difference between a dog and an alligator?
What?
A dog's bark is worse than its bite, or is it? No.
They both bite your ass. What did Pop say? The dog. Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
Last one then. Well, as he got close to the gator, right? I mean, he probably would have said something like this when he realized it wasn't a dog. He probably would have been like, "That ain't no damn honey." Shout out to Martin.
Man, how do you?
I like the first one.
That's funny, man. I don't know how you mistaken a 7-foot alligator for a dog. What type of dog you think? Like,
it's at night though. Listen, man. Let me tell you something. Okay, I have contacts, right? I have bad eyes. I can't see far away. So maybe he thought it was a dog. It's at night. It's not during the day. It's in the woods. He thought it was a dog. Me personally, I wouldn't come up to it if it was a rabbit.
I ain't on.
I'm good.
I ain't messing with none of them.
He probably did thought it was a dog. I mean, this is Florida.
There you go. You said it right there. This is Florida.
Yeah, because of the gators. They got gators. They got alligators. They got alligators. Okay. Hey, you see a stray dog, you walking down the street in Florida, you see an alligator just
alligator right behind
you. just walking down the street. That's it. That's Florida.
I ain't
It tripped me out when I saw iguana in Miami.
Yeah. No.
Well,
Well,
got to be more careful.
get your eyes checked, man. We wish you a speedy recovery.
I wish that man a speedy recovery. Man probably got bad eyesight like me. So
that ain't no dang puppy.
I remember I was doing the eye exam for my job. That lady looked at that thing and was like,
that's when you know it's bad. Be like, 5? And he just...
that lady was like,
that's when you know when you have to eye dot this bad.
I said, I'm sorry.
Like, you just, they put the thing up there so close to your eyes, you can't see, like, see your eyes. I can't. Like, you just
Be like 1 or 2. Or 2.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into the balancing act. We're going to talk about a few things. So y'all stay locked in. Just Acting Up Show. All right, this is the balancing act where we talk about mental health, or we give certain awards and acknowledge other people that have been doing business, been working hard in this industry. So we're going to acknowledge 2 people today because it's been a while since we acknowledged somebody. So first and foremost, Kevin Hart opening 2, not 1, but 2. See what I did there? Acknowledging 2 people, you know, 2. It's opening 2 plant-based fast food restaurants in LA. Can you bring some of that down here to Houston? We got our spots too, but we would love for that to come on down here to Houston. Kevin Hart. So Juneteenth celebration in LA, and Atlanta Adams chef Keith Corbin is publishing a memoir this summer. I don't know why that's in this article. We ain't gonna worry about that. Actor Kevin Hart announces the plan to open 2 plant-based restaurants. It's called Hart House. The first Hart House will open this summer and feature vegan burgers, chicken. Can't get away from that Yardbird name, but this is the right yard. And sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, and nuggets, fries, tots, salads, and milkshakes. So, yeah, man. Hart recently noted his shift into the plant-based way of eating. Hart House spokesperson isn't revealing the locations just yet, but Hart House is 2 years in the making with restaurateur Andy Hooper. The first 2 locations will be in LA and Hollywood. And while a food truck is currently in operation, it's being used for special and private events for now. So I'm all for that, man. I'm all for that. We always talk about, these fast food restaurant stuff. And I mean, hey, Black-owned business, check. Plant-based, check. Eating healthy, check.
Yeah. Because you're getting a plant-based Whopper from Burger King, it's still getting cooked on the Whopper grill. So it kind of defeats the purpose in the Whopper.
That is true.
Yeah.
But I must say, that Impossible Burger does taste very good. I had a couple, but then after a while, I'm like, I don't think I want to do this.
Like, that ain't it, man.
But how do you make a plant-based burger? Honestly, true.
I don't know. That is true. I mean, look into how they actually make it. I mean, I had one before. It was pretty doggone delicious.
It was good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie.
You can do it right. I think it come down to the seasoning. I don't think it's the patty. Like if you can make the patty have a certain flavor, you probably wouldn't even notice that it wasn't even,
Because yeah, you're right. Because I had some vegan cookies from Sunshine and from Crave Cupcakes, and I'm like, this is vegan or this is. So yeah, man, all go about what you put into it. So with that being said, we know the Martin reunion just passed, and they had a special guest, spoiler alert, who stopped by on the show, Miss Marla Gibbs, and she recently just turned 91 because her birthday is on June 14th. 91 years young, man. Marla Gibbs, shout out to her, man, because we know she has been in the game for quite some time. 227, it was the Jeffersons. She was on there as well. She stopped by the Martin reunion and she shared a couple things, and it was good to see that. And she recently got the Hollywood star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So shout out to Marla Gibbs and appreciate you for all your years of what you have done in the acting world, in this art form, spreading laughs, spreading joy, all that. Marla Gibbs, ladies and gentlemen, we got to give her flowers and acknowledge her for everything she has done. So
correct. You said 91. She said she's 30 something. That's why she operates at a 30-year-old level.
There you go. You're right about that, man. So yeah, Marla Gibbs. Another great show in the books, man. Oh my gosh, man. So, we need to sit back and just enjoy and just take it all in of the people that we come on the show. And thank you each and every last one of y'all for tuning into the show, man. Shout out to Shay for coming through and joining us on the show. Always appreciate her for everything she does, for voiceover work, for spreading words and spreading telling everybody about the show. Sorry for about the verb. Telling everybody about the show. So thank you to Shay. Also, big shout out to Yolonda Ross for coming through and talking to us. So many great things that she got coming towards it. Make sure y'all watch The Shy. Make sure y'all watch Shy. We're looking forward to this season. So with that being said, y'all got anything before we wrap up and get up out of here?
No.
Cool.
Well, Chris
did. Oh, okay. He said no. Okay. Well, let's go with this quote of the day. Life is beautiful. 1 day, 1 hour, and 1 minute will not come again in your life. Avoid fights, anger, hatred. Be kind to everyone and thank God for everything.
I like that.
I like that.
I agree. And we won't be talking about chicken next week at all. So y'all,
it's over. Sales over.
You know, even when we say we're not going to talk about chicken, we still talk about chicken. We still talk.
Somehow, some way, that yard bird finds.
Some way it's gonna come. It's gonna be a topic of some conversation.
Moves nation.
See you guys.
Stay up in life. Shout out President Biden. Peace.